Hey, it's Jeremy here, and in this video, I'm going to show you this amazing tool that allows you to manage all your client projects all in one place. So I know for me, being a designer and working with clients, I need to be organized, and some tools are not a one-stop shop. They have some features, but I like having a all-in-one tool that allows me to do everything. So I'm going to show you how to use Bloom. So Bloom is an awesome tool. It's great for freelancers. If you do design, photography, if you do creative work, it's perfect for you because it gives you all the layers that you need to be able to work on a project, especially when you have lots of clients. So now we're in the dashboard. It's very clearly designed and it's just nice to navigate through. And I love when you just land on it, you got your total views. So if you get a view from a potential lead, then it's going to show up there. You've also got information on your total amount of leads that you currently have in your flow. You've also got total bookings and then also total earnings. And when you click on one of these tabs, you can see the graph below actually shows with a nice color, and we can see that, which is really cool. So I'm going to scroll down. You've also got an overview of the upcoming events, transactions, and the weather, which is a nice little touch. But this is basically your main home dashboard where you can see what's really happening throughout the day and the week. So the first thing I want you to notice is on the left-hand side, we've got all these menus that we have. We've got our leads, projects, messages, calendar, contacts, website, and settings. Now we can go through all these, but I'm going to show you just the main features that I really love about Bloom. So I'm going to click on leads. Now, whenever you get a client messaging you on Instagram or Twitter or LinkedIn and they want to work with you, maybe for a brand project or a logo design, then you'll come to the leads and you'll add new leads. So you can see we've got 3 new leads currently in the system right now. And if I pay attention to the right-hand side, you can see their status. Now, status can vary from paused, active, and won. So we can see we've already won 1 lead. And if I want to click on that, I can see the client lead name. I can see the contact details. We've also got some tags here, which we've added. And we've got the history of the lead as well. So we can see we've got follow up with lead, we've got meet client and send blueprints. And then basically on the right hand side, you can see the status. If I click on it, you can see it's currently on paused, but maybe we've already started this. So I can click started and we can go through that. I'm just going to change it back. Another cool thing as well is you can add notes or even add assets. So sometimes I like to add notes about a client, so you can add little notes like that, so it's just a really useful tool when you're adding leads. So if I want to click back onto the leads menu, you can see we've got them. We've got a couple other ones as well in the funnel, and you can see the status. Now for me, what if I want to make a new lead? I'm going to click on new lead, and you get a box pop up, and you have a lot of editability on what you can do. So you can add a name. So maybe you've got a new client that you recently have. So you can type in that. So you can come in here, type the client name, Johnny Smith specialty, brand identity, and you can see you can actually manage specialties. So if I click that, you can actually add something. So maybe you're a wedding photographer, or you're into modeling or whatever it is, you can actually do that. Or I can customize and put something like brand strategy. I can click active, so maybe I'm actually talking to them, or if I've won the client already, or maybe I've lost the lead, but obviously we're adding them, so it's active. And then a contact, I can just type in their name, and then I can click new contact, and then boom, now we have a new contact. I can also add a tag, so I'm going to click design and click set, create, and then now we have our new lead. Look, really cool. And I'm going to go back to the top, click on the leads. And now you can see we have another lead right in. And I love just seeing how many leads I've got coming in, so I know that, okay, clients are actually getting into my funnel, and I'm talking to people, and I'm moving on. So once, that's the lead section. Now I want to move on to the project menu. So I'm going to click on projects. Now this is the overview of the current projects I currently am working on. So they are filtered by category. So this category is full brand identity. This one is website design and dev, and this one is commercial branding. So we've already got some projects currently running at the moment, and you can see, just for an example, there's different types. So we've got, Taka project, we've got some coffee project, app design, and some merch design down here. Now, the way this works is you've got different sections. So we've got the discovery and payment, design phase, and completion. And the thing is, you can actually customize all of these. So you can see this one is like booked, processing, completion. It's all different. Now, if I want to edit these, all I got to do is click this little cog, and I can actually change the names of everything here. So maybe I want to just call this invoice, or just call it discovery, brand discovery. I can leave like that. Design phase, and maybe I want to call this like delivery. I have total control over that. Now for this one, you can see I've already imported a lot of the things. So I've got the invoice, discovery phase, stylescapes, logo design, presentation, and packaging delivery, and all that cool stuff. And you can even add an item by clicking that. I'm gonna click X, and I'm just gonna click off that. Now the cool thing is you've got these little buttons here. When you click on it, you can see you can change the status of it by changing to started or even paused. So as I'm knocking off these tasks, for example, maybe for this Taike project, if I click on it, you can see I can see all the updates and the payments and anything that's related with that client or project. But I'm gonna go back. I can actually change the status. So maybe I finished the revisions. I'm gonna change this to done, and the presentation is done. So now when I've done this section, I'm gonna move on to packaging now. Okay, so I'm gonna click packaging, and I'm gonna click started, and then obviously this one has none. So when you change it to none, it's actually gonna stay gray. And now I'm working through the pipeline there of each project. Now you can see that each different project is a different client project, and I can click on that and look at all the details of that. Now I can click create new project, and I'll have all the details here, like project title, specialty. You can add them to a workflow as well. We've got contact, start date, and all the details there that you need to fill in. But because we've already done that, it's already set up. Now I can actually click on the top right corner and click new form. Now we can actually customize and create certain forms. So maybe I want to do a lead capture or a questionnaire to get information from a client. Maybe it's for discovery. I'm going to click the questionnaire. Now what I can do is I can add an entry. So if I want to add an entry, I can put short paragraph, and I can ask, what is your 5-year vision for your business? And then I click add, and now it's added a question. I can do even multiple choice, or I can do it by specialty. So what if I want to do like a yes or no question? Have a brand guideline. So maybe it's a client that already has a brand guideline. Click add. As I've added those questions, I can scroll down. You can see here I can adjust any of these fields as I want. I'm gonna leave that for now. I can set up a different font. So if I want to change fonts, maybe to Open Sans, I can change that. And then what basically you can actually get a unique URL. So I'm gonna click save before I do that. So down the bottom, you'll see the red button. I'm gonna click save real quick. So it will save all these details. Now what I can actually do is copy this URL. So you can see this is the URL here, which I think is really good. Now I'm gonna scroll down. You can also add it as an embed or a button pop-up on your website. So I can get the code and copy on my website. But for this, I'm gonna copy the code. I'm just gonna paste it in the URL at the top. And then now what I'm gonna do is it's gonna take the client through this booking and questionnaire section. So they can book a time, they can click next, they can input their details, click next when that's done. And then it's gonna go through those questions that we imported. So you can see, what is your 5-year vision? They can type here, whatever it is. They click next. If you've got the yes or no question, I'm gonna click no for this, next, and we're all done. And because we only had those 2 questions, that's all it is. And basically you'll get a message or an email that will come through, and you can manage that inside Balloon, which I think is great. And you can create so many different forms. All you gotta do is go on settings, and you've got all these different settings here, so you can see the forms there. Now, what if you wanna go see our messages? I'm gonna go to the left-hand side and click on messages. And this is where you can manage any messages that come through for your client. So if you connect it with your Gmail, you can create a new message. You've also got email templates here. So follow-up messages. We've got past due invoice or a project invoice. So maybe I want to send a project invoice to a client. It's going to insert all that. If I click on the contact, I can scroll down, and we've got all our different clients. So maybe we're doing this with Tony Stark. You can see it's going to input the data, and then I can click send, and it's actually going to send him an email, and then I can manage. So that's basically messages. Pretty straightforward, pretty easy to manage and talk to clients there. Now, what if we want to get an overview of all the things that are booked? We can click on the left side on calendar. So you can see we can actually check events. I can switch to availability. So the top right corner, we can switch to what's available, and I can come in here and change all the times. So maybe on Fridays I'm not available. So I'll click save, and so Fridays I can't get any bookings there. I can then click the view button as well, and I can view that inside my calendar. So you can see Fridays are all done now. And I'll click back. I'm gonna click this little switch bar button, and I'm gonna go back, and you can see I've got a few meetings. This one's already passed, so this is completed. And then we've got a future client booking. If I click on it, its status is booked with Kevin Parker on the December 13th. And you can see I can click view project and then once again get an overview of, okay, I remember this is the client I'm working with. This is what we have to do, etc., etc. And we can manage it really nicely. Now, what if you want to change any client details? I can click on contacts on the left and we have all our clients saved. So maybe you have a client you work with for a long period of time. You can always come in here and adjust any of this information. So what if I want to, edit Chris Hemsworth? We can actually come in here and I can actually adjust. So I can go to the top right corner and you can see I can change it from client, vendor, or whatever it is. I can also send message, I can edit, I can archive, and I can delete. So if I want to edit his details, I can come in here and I can call it, maybe I spelled his name wrong and the name's going to change just like that. We can also get rid of any tags we don't want. We can add other tags and we can attach any assets, images, etc. that we need for the project. So I'm going to click back top left on the word contacts and it's going to take us back. So we get a clear overview of, our clients that we've worked with and that are saved in here. And if maybe we don't work with a client anymore, we can just go and archive, top right corner, click that. And now that client is going to be in the archive section, which I think is really great. Now, another cool thing that Bloom does is they actually offer a website. So you can actually click on the bottom left on your icon and click my site. You will land right on your site. So I've got my portfolio here, which is really cool. Someone can inquire, so a client can inquire on my website if you don't already have one. And then we've got some details, so like about page, as you can see here with some reviews. They can click get started and it's going to attach that form that we created before right into our website, which I think is really great. And it automatically creates that button and everything like that. And yeah, if you're someone that doesn't have a website yet, you can definitely use this. You can change the form as well on your website. If it's a questionnaire or a lead capture form, that's totally cool. I can change the button as well, work together, and I can click save and it will save it instantly just like that. And you've got all these other details. Now, lastly, we've got settings as well. Now, the cool thing about this is you can manage all your branding. So if you have a website logo, and you can see I've got my logo there and my specialties. So if I want to add a specialty there, like I showed you before. Now, if I go back to my website, it should have the new logo on the top left corner. You can see that. Beautiful, super easy to do. Now, you've got a whole bunch of other details like, payments. You can connect Stripe, which is super easy. You can input the tax rate, etc. You've got the messenger form, so you can customize all this. So if you want to change it like colors, you can totally do that. You've also got things like templates. So when I'm invoicing, I can add, the details of what they're actually getting in that package. You've also got contracts. So maybe you have a contract that you want to add. You can actually add that. And every time you get a new lead, they have to view your branding contract. You've also got scheduling details here, preferences. You can play around with that. You've also got email templates. So if you want everything to be automated, you can do that as well. And then lastly, you've also got automations as well. So you can set up a whole system from all the way from a form all the way to booking that in. And it's really, really easy to do. So mainly, those are all the main features of Bloom. I really like it and I think you should try it out. You'll get a discount of 15% off, so just use the code 15% off. I'll put it down in the description below and apply at the checkout. So thanks so much for watching, really appreciate it, and I'll chat to you in the next video.